Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the playthrough. Apologies, it's quite early in the morning and I'm still feeling a little bit drowsy. Didn't exactly sleep very well before I started recording this. Yeah, probably should have stayed in bed a little bit longer this morning, but oh well, we'll persist. We are on episode 17 right now, and we are just returning home from our most recent mining expedition. We finally built our cart. We kind of left it where we were mining at that first copper node. We just left it there for the time being with a bunch of campfires. But yeah, we are just popping home to basically sleep through the night, because mining at nighttime is a nightmare, especially in the Black Forest. It's just getting really irritating being attacked by grey dwarfs every 5 minutes. Oh, sorry, every 5 seconds. So yeah, it's probably the best advice I could give when you're just getting started on Black Forest mining is just come home and sleep during the nighttime. If it's a quick trip home, then just sprint home, sleep through the night, and then run back the next day. It's just the hassle of trying to mine whilst constantly being attacked is it's just too annoying. Oh wow, okay, I was not expecting this. Although I was hoping something like this would happen soon so I could talk about these. So you see that message at the top of my screen? It says the forest is moving. That is an attack. If you look at my minimap at the top right, you'll see a red circle on the map. These can happen throughout the entire playthrough. I think the only time they don't happen is before you've killed Eikthyr. I could be wrong about that though. We just probably didn't get lucky enough to see one back then. But now that we're in the Black Forest and we've killed Eikthyr, we now have a couple of different attacks that can happen. Now these will just randomly spawn on the player. I can't remember exactly how it is. I think it's like a 10 or 20% chance, something like that, of an attack happening, which is basically creatures from a specific biome or specific types of creatures will come and attack you constantly in waves. They will be spawning nearby and they'll just be attacking you and your base. Now that is one of the things you need to be aware of when it comes to these attacks, which is that they will attack your base as well as you. So you kind of have to be active during the attack to prevent them from just destroying everything. Like obviously my big concern here is that they're all attacking the fence for the boar pen, and if they break the fence, a lot of the boars will get out and we will lose them. They'll just go wandering off. We might see them in future, but yeah, it's a bit of a concern, so I've decided to position myself next to the boar pen so everyone that's attacking it will attack me instead. And you can obviously tell that there are just a lot of grey dwarfs spawning. I mean, look at them all over there. There's 5 or 6 currently. In this current attack, the forest is moving. You get everything from greylings all the way up to the grey dwarf brutes and the shamans. So you do have a bit of a variety to handle, but as you can tell from the fight we're in now, the armor level that we're at, just the basic troll armor, I say basic, the troll level armor and the wooden shield and spear, more than enough to handle these guys. I mean, I'm being hit by multiples of them, and they aren't really doing much damage. My health bar hasn't really moved that much, even with the brutes, although blocking brutes is pretty straightforward. And there the attack is done. Now, with attacks, again, I'm going to have to double check this. I'll probably reference it in future once we have another one as to the actual length of time that attacks happen, whether it's based on the amount of creatures that you kill. Maybe you have like a certain number of them you have to kill before they stop, or it might just be a time thing, so if you're there for a minute or 2 minutes, and then they all stop spawning. But even though the attack has finished happening, all the grey dwarves that have spawned and are attacking nearby, we do have to kill them first. They won't just disappear. I feel really bad for my pigs, because they're all just going crazy. The adult pigs will actually try and help. They'll try and attack creatures as well when it comes to attacks and stuff like that. So if a greyling was to wander into our base and start like wandering near the fence, the boar would try and attack him. But the issue is, because the fence is in between the greyling and the boar will hit the fence instead. They don't do a huge amount of damage to it, but if you left it for long enough, that fence would get broken. So we're just gonna go around now. There's Hugin to tell us about the attack. We're just going to go around, quickly repair all the fence pieces so that they're all full health, so they shouldn't break, hopefully. Monsters will lay siege to your camp from time to time. Strength of arms does not guarantee victory. Build a defense. Okay. That is something that we'll get later on in the playthrough. I think there's some automated defenses, but there are also things you can build that not prevent creatures from spawning, but will help at like defending against them coming in. So you can build like these metal stakes in the ground that will deal damage to creatures that run into them, so we could probably build a big ring of those around our base that might help like stop them from getting in, stuff like that. The Grey Dwarf attack isn't that dangerous. They don't deal a huge amount of damage even if they're attacking your buildings. It's more like later on in the playthrough. There is an attack that is purely trolls. You don't get that many trolls. I think it's 2 or 3 at maximum at once that you can get. But if you get double teamed by trolls and they kill you, and then they are free to attack your house, they will deal a truckload of damage to your buildings. Apologies, there's a tiredness creeping in again. Can't speak properly today. Probably should have had a cup of tea before we started doing this. But yeah, so if those trolls kill you and then they start attacking your base, they will deal a lot of damage to it and will probably destroy part of it. That was actually a bit of a funny situation that we had on our multiplayer server back when Ashlands was out, when there was 4 of us playing on it. I had just spent a whole bunch of time putting in our inventory system, our storage system in the base, where I basically had a boatload of chests lined up against a wall. All these chests had different items in them, and then they had little signs that I'd put above them. You can make a sign with wood and coal. You can write things on it as well. I had all these signs above the chests, which basically said what was in them, so that it was a nice, easy, like, inventory organizing system, so that whenever people came back from gathering, they could just walk up to each chest and dump their inventory into it, and not have to worry too much about things being mixed up, things like that. It was going to make life a lot easier. And then we got attacked by trolls, and one of the trolls was on the other side of the wall to where the chests were. He hit the ground a couple of times and destroyed half the chests. And I remember sitting there being like, I don't want to rebuild this. I just spent a couple hours building it. But yeah, we did eventually put it back in. It was a pretty funny situation, I will say. But that can happen with trolls, and there are obviously more dangerous attacks that can happen later on in the playthrough as well, so I believe the way attacks work is that they spawn on the player themselves, but I believe there has to be a few prerequisites in order for that attack to happen. I think it's something to do with crafting benches. I believe, say, like, if we were stood mining next to the copper node at the minute with the crafting table and the carts that we've got, I believe an attack could possibly happen there. I might be wrong about that. It might be a crafting table and a campfire. Again, I could be wrong. Or it might even be beds. It might even be like a bed thing. There's definitely something you must have built nearby where you're stood for an attack to happen. But the attack itself will happen on the player. So that's where the ring will spawn. And one last thing to be aware of with attacks is that if, say, you're at home and you've just got back from a gathering session, but you want to immediately go straight back out again, if the attack happens, you can't just leave. If you leave whilst the attack is happening, if it's already spawned, you've got the message on your screen and the red ring, if you leave, that attack will continue happening whilst you're gone. So you'll probably get back a day or two later to a destroyed base with all of your items just lying on the floor. So yeah, that is the one pain in the backside bit about attacks, is that when they happen, you kind of have to deal with them. You can't just ignore them. So for the lower level attacks, they're pretty easy. It's just basically just a case of stand there and kill things repeatedly until it stops. Again, I think it's a time-based thing. Could be wrong, but I believe it's time-based rather than like amount of creatures you've killed. So, now that we're back at the mining spot, let's put this crafting table back up so we can repair the cart. There was a point towards the end of our last episode where a grey dwarf was pretty much juggling the cart on his head. I don't know why. He was trying to run past it and he basically picked it up. So we're just going to quickly repair that. It didn't actually take that much damage, to be fair. Oh, there's something that I haven't had a chance to showcase yet. You probably see both the campfires we looked at there. Because it's raining, both of them were out, letting off a bit of steam, but they weren't actually burning, and we've lost our campfire buff as well. So yeah, just to confirm that campfires can be put out by the rain. I would imagine that part would have been self-explanatory, but it hasn't happened in our house yet because of the way we built it. Oh look, another grey dwarf. What a surprise. So, mining during the daytime, they will still come at you, but they won't come at you anywhere near the frequency that they do at nighttime and in the numbers. You'll probably only get 1 or 2 of them, and they'll be a lot less frequent, but you can still attract nearby grey dwarfs when you are mining in the daytime, so just to be aware of that. I honestly think one of the quicker ways of doing this might just be walling off the copper node before you start mining it. Build the wooden stake walls and just build a big wall around what you're wanting to mine, and then just stand in there mining it. It's a bit of a pain because you need a lot of wood, because the wooden stake walls take 4 pieces of wood to build, and the sections that you build aren't that wide. So I'd probably say you'd need anywhere from 40 to 80 bits of wood, if not more. but that to me seems like it might be the most effective method of being able to mine without being constantly harassed by grey dwarfs. But again, as you can see, through the daytime it's not that bad. They aren't attacking us with that level of frequency as we've seen, so it's not too bad. Okay, so my plan for going forward with mining copper, because honestly, even as I sit back re-watching the footage, just watching me hitting rocks over and over again is getting very tedious. I'm going to explain in a bit of detail the other method that I like using for mining copper, although it's a very dangerous method. So, you may have noticed in previous fights... Oh, I think we just knocked our cat over. Oh, God. That was lucky. Fortunately, there is just a river there, so I think even if this cat was to fall down the side of this cliff, we might be able to recover it from the river. I'm pretty sure we would. But yeah, let's try and avoid that, shall we? So yeah, there is another method that I much prefer using than other than mining when it comes to trying to get copper from the ground. Copper is the worst one out of all the ores that you can mine in the game. Copper is the worst because of the size of the node and the amount of time it takes to mine them with your basic pickaxe. It will get a bit faster with the bronze, but it's not that much of a jump in terms of upgrade. It's not like we're going to hit it like a copper node once and the whole thing's going to break. It is still going to take us a fair bit of time. I think I'm actually doing that now. I think I've decided to go and have a look. Yeah, so you can use trolls to help you mine copper. That's the thing I've been kind of hinting and teasing at ever since we started getting to the Black Forest. The best troll to use is the troll that doesn't have a tree trunk in his hand. So if it's just two empty hands and he's doing the swipes and the ground slam, they are the best trolls to use. And the reason why is that if you were to get the attention of that troll and drag him over to a copper node and then just stand there either dodging or blocking, no, sorry, not blocking, because if you block his attacks then I don't think it'll work. I think you have to dodge roll. So if you just stand there next to the copper node, like, or stand on top of it with the troll in front of you and he's just stood there trying to hit you all the time and you keep dodge rolling it, his attacks will hit the copper node as well, which will then deal damage to the copper node. If anything, it probably does more. It does, like, I think 3 times as much damage as your standard pickaxe will do. I think he hits for about 30, if not a bit more. And you can do this with either troll. The tree trunk one will work as well. I think he does a bit more damage per swing, but the main reason why I prefer the trolls without tree trunks in their hands is the fact that their ground slam, the double-fisted ground slam they do, hits many sections of floor all at the same time and does the same amount of damage as the standard attack he does as well. So that one attack can clear out quite a lot of chunks of a copper node in one hit. Honestly, it's a heck of a lot faster than than standing there with a pickaxe manually mining it out and not having to worry about grey dwarfs attacking as well. I believe that's the other thing as well, is that with trolls hitting the ground, I don't think the sound of that actually attracts grey dwarfs because it's technically you're not mining it. It's the troll that's hitting it, so I don't think that would attract grey dwarfs like it does normally. But as you can see now, what we're doing is we're travelling along the length of this Black Forest biome looking for a troll, and we haven't spotted one, because when we first got here we cleared out the 2 troll caves. The one that was close by the start of it, and then the one that was quite far at the top as well. Troll caves will spawn trolls nearby. That is kind of like it's almost like a troll spawner. You can't get rid of a troll cave, and killing the troll inside the troll cave doesn't stop that either. But there is a bit of a wait when it comes to the respawns of trolls in Black Forest. So obviously, as you can tell, we've been here for about a week in terms of in-game time, and they still haven't respawned from when we killed them. So what I'm basically doing is I'm just running along the coast trying to find a troll. Now this is probably not going to work, and I'm probably just wasting a whole boatload of time. So first of all, apologies for wasting a boatload of time trying to do this, because trying to drag a troll across all of this Black Forest that we've just travelled along back to the start of the copper node that we were mining, probably not going to work. The troll will probably lose interest and just wander back to where we found him. So it would be more effective for us to actually bring the cart and mine and have him hit a copper node that's nearby to where he is. But again, we still haven't even found one yet, so we are probably going to have to give it some more in-game time in terms of days to wait for them to respawn. I don't actually think we'll be able to find one, to be honest with you. I think this is really, yeah, we'll look how far into the actual Black Forest we're going. We're just getting further and further away from our starting point, so don't really think this is going to work. Although hopefully there should be one around here somewhere. Oh, there's another stone tower. Ah, so that's something else as well. So if you remember back to our episodes where we were in the... Oh wow, that is a lot of grey dwarfs. Oh wow, a 2-star grey dwarf. He just hit like a train. Jeez. So you can see there, your standard grey dwarfs are just kind of a stone and wood colour, and then you've got the 1-star grey dwarf, which is kind of a pinkish purplish hue to him, and then the 2-star grey dwarf is blue. He's got a very blue hue to him, so that's how you can tell them apart if you can't see their names. Yeah, so with this stone tower that we're stood next to, there is the glowing red stone that you might have seen outside, the glowing red tablet. That is the boss location for the Elder. So you don't have to go into burial chambers in order to find the boss for the Black Forest. So if you get unlucky and you found several burial chambers, but none of them have had the location stone in there or the location tablet, you can get lucky, there we are, and find him on the side of these stone towers. So that's something else to look out for. If you've been unlucky and you haven't found him inside a burial chamber, just try and look for a bunch of stone towers. If you spot a few of them, they might have one of these location stones outside of the tower. So that's just another way of being able to find them. Sometimes you can find trolls next to these towers as well, because the trolls and the grey dwarfs don't like skeletons. They're kind of like enemies with each other, so sometimes one of them will be attracted by them and will just be stood nearby. But obviously this time we were quite unfortunate with that. But yeah, that is essentially what we're doing. I know I've been kind of teasing that for episodes, and I imagine that a few people... Oh, hello. This will be another burial chamber, as we're being attacked by several skeletons at once. Just grab the club. Smashy smashy. Bad skeletons. It's strange that the skeletons do more damage than the grey dwarfs. But I suppose they are holding weapons like swords and stuff like that, so it would make sense actually. Just going to mark this one on the map. Not sure if we're going to clear it now. I don't think we will. I think we'll leave this for the time being. We're not desperately in need of settling cores just yet, but we will mark it so that when we do need some more, we can just quickly pop back here and grab them. But yeah, so that was the thing that I was teasing for a fair amount of time when we first started the playthrough. It's definitely a viable way of mining copper. It's a lot quicker than the standard way. The only thing is the high amount of risk that it comes with, as 1 or 2 mistakes with dodge rolling can get you killed. So that's the kind of the risks versus reward factor of this. You can mine the copper a lot quicker, but you are also running the risk of the troll squashing you. Now, you could just, if you do die to him, you can just run back to your corpse and pick it up, but the thing you need to be aware of when that does happen is that the troll will probably still be nearby your corpse, unless you've dragged him away from where you found him, so that you'll be... Oh, hello. Some mobbies? Yes, some mobbies. Fantastic, another queen bee. That makes number 3 now. So yeah, so if you've dragged the troll away from his like spawning location or the area that you found him, he'll probably wander back there, so you'll be okay with that. But there is also a chance that he might either despawn or will wander off somewhere else as well, so you could lose him completely. But sometimes you'll get back to your gravestone and he'll still be stood there, so you might have to gear yourself up with some lower level gear that you've got left over to try and finish him off, and then get your gravestone after that, or get lucky enough to sprint up to your gravestone, grab your stuff, and then run away again. One thing you could do, or one thing I would recommend doing whilst letting a troll mine copper for you, is to attack him after you've dodge rolled every now and then. Oh, there's one. We've got him. And there's a skeleton, so I imagine he's probably going to get attracted by those. Yep, he's looking at them. So yeah, one thing you could do, or one thing I would recommend doing whilst the troll is attacking the copper node and mining it out for you, I would recommend dealing damage to him and getting him as low as possible before leaving him to continue hitting the stone, to hitting the copper. The reason why is that if it does get to a point, so if you do take a hit accidentally and he does a lot of damage and you're nearly dead, it might be worth just finishing him off rather than trying to continue. That way you've got that protection of just one hitting him and he'll die, so that way he's not going to squash you, and if he does hit you a second time. I've always found that usually when I use trolls for something like this is usually the thing that'll get me killed. So I'll be honest, I think if we do get lucky enough to have a troll do this for us, I'm going to guess that I'll probably die to it, because for some reason I think I just lose focus, because you have to stand there kind of just timing your dodge rolling over and over again and then just waiting for him to hit the floor and stuff like that. And I think I just lose focus and yeah, he hits me. But oh no, yeah, he's lost interest. We ran too far away. That's the issue with trolls. I don't think we're going to be able to drag this guy back across the entire Black Forest biome to get him to mine these copper nodes for us, so I think we might go. We're getting close to nighttime as well, so I think we might give up on this idea for now. It's a bit annoying, but I will hopefully have an opportunity to showcase this in the future. Like I've said, there is a lot of copper that needs to be mined. Yeah, we feel cold, so it's nighttime. That's not great. So like I have said in other episodes, you will need to mine a lot of copper, and I would guess you probably need about 3 to 5 nodes in total to get everything you want out of it. You will have some left over after that, but that will future-proof you for other things you might need in like later on in the playthrough. But yeah, you will need a few copper nodes in total, so well, hopefully I might be able to showcase this in future. Hopefully. There we go, we've got his attention again, and he doesn't have a tree trunk, so that's the type of troll that we want. Let's see if we can drag him over. The issue we have is trying to manage our stamina whilst also not sliding into the water, whilst also not letting him catch up. Jesus, that boulder was very close. But also staying close enough to him that he doesn't lose interest in us and wander away. Come on, Mr. Troll, come on. Fortunately enough, you can just keep walking away from him and his attacks won't hit you. It's more the boulder that we're concerned about. That one does a lot of damage if it hits, so we have to kind of make sure he doesn't hit us. Yeah, I think he's gotten stuck on something. He can't get over here. Come on, troll, stop wandering, get over here. You lazy bum, come do some work. Come on. No, yeah, I think he's stuck on something. Oh no, there we go. Okay, I thought he was stuck on something there. That's the ground slam I'm talking about. You can see all those stones and stuff that came out from where he hit. We can't pick up those stones, that's more just an animation. Just quickly whack this cradle off. But that ground slam will do several blocks worth of damage, especially to a copper node, so it's just a lot quicker at mining out copper for you. I feel like I'm leading a horse to water. Come on. Can't make him drink though. Yep, you can slam the ground as much as you like. I want you to hit some copper. Get over here. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get over. Let's keep following the coast. Oh, he's got in the water now. Oh, there's a great dwarf. I think he's going to lose interest. Oh, yeah, where's he gone? He's still in. I think he's still in the water, but there's now a whole bunch of grey dwarfs as well. Yeah, I'm just going to give up on this. It's not working. The problem is I was doing it quite late in the day, so we've obviously now got to the point where we have grey dwarfs constantly spawning and coming after us as well. They can probably see the torch from a distance, and so they're coming after us with that. We almost got him here. I'd say we got him about 2/3 of the way to where we wanted him, but sadly, again, it's the aggro range. It's the pulling range of creatures is difficult to manage that. So we're going to have to kind of cross our fingers and hope that some trolls respawn near our mining area so that we can attract one of those. But we'll see if we can do that in future. But for now, we're just going to head home, I think. I think I'm just going to give up on this on this attempt at an expedition. We've mined a little bit of copper. You can probably tell that's a little bit of ADHD showing through there. Like, I started mining copper and then within 5 minutes I got bored of it and decided to try doing something else. Standard there. What can we eat? Need some food for some stamina. It's the standard. Glowing yellow mushrooms give a little bit more stamina than the raspberries do. That's why I prefer them. Plus you get a lot of them from the burial chambers. Troll caves have them as well. Oh, there's another copper node. I think we have this one marked. Yes, we do. Perfect. Oh, this grey dwarf wants to pick a fight. You can die. Give me your loot. Thank you. I think now that we're heading home, or at least heading back to the carts, we might just drop off our stuff while we're here. Or just continue mining us. But to be fair, the pickaxe is nearly broken anyway. I think we'll just continue mining for a little bit more. It's already night time, but I imagine we're probably going to get attacked as well. But this is a pretty good time for me to stop the episode. We're just going to kind of pause it off here whilst we're just blinking away. Oh, that grey dwarf got sneak attacked by the campfire. Have you heard that kind of high-pitched sound that it made when he got hit? That's a sneak attack. But yeah, anyway, we'll call the episode here. Thank you everybody for watching. When you come back to us in our next episode, we will be continuing from this little mining bit here. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.